Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honor to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth to rule well. I'm going to be continuing, so this will be a part 2. And, talking about underground bunkers, World War III, starting to rise up. All right, the elder brother Kazakh out there in Mississippi had made a video about the Iranian people, all right, rising up, joining hand with the the heathen, rising up against America. All right, he had just made that video today. What is today? 120, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. 110. All right, January 10th, 2020. So these things are starting to kick up, man. And like Elder Apostle Tahar says, and like the brothers say, certain things have to be played out still. All right, but those things that have to be played out, they eventually will be played out. It's not something that's gonna take forever. All right, it's not something that's not gonna happen. These things will happen. So let me start off with 2 Peter 3:10, which is where I left off yesterday. It says, "But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up." All right, and like the book of Revelation says, there's going to be 200,000 thousands. All right, 200,000 arrows that are going to be shot to Babylon the Great to leave her desolate. All right, and those arrows is talking about the nuclear warheads, man, the nuclear missiles, the intercontinental ballistic missile, man. All right, people deem it as strange whenever we talk about, future prophecies, because they say, nobody really knows about that. And, it's just like in the time right after Yahweh Shai, man. After Yahweh Shai passed away, all right, you had people that witnessed it, all right? And then the second, third generation of people after Yahweh Shai, they were like, man, I don't believe that shit happened. For any brother that watches the movie Star Wars, all right, in the movie Star Wars, you had Luke, which was the son of the supposed chosen one. You had Han Solo, and then you had Leia Skywalker, and they were war heroes. They brought down the Empire. All right, they destroyed the what is that ship called? The Death Star. All right, and it was basically a planet that was built by hand, all right, out of metal, and it was as big as a planet, and they brought it down. All right, they were war heroes. All right, there was a ceremony, there was a celebration, and then you have in these newer movies, you had Rey. All right, you had Rey, Poe, and Finn. All right, and nobody knew who the hell Luke Skywalker really was. No one knew who Leia was. All right, nobody knew about Han Solo, Chewbacca. They thought them to be myths, and it wasn't even that long after, man. During the time of Luke, Leia, and all of them. All right, you had Rey, that was probably about maybe 2 years old, so she was born around that time. The same thing with Yahweh Shai, man. When Yahweh Shai was walking on the earth, you had people that were born, all right, and when they grew up, they just heard the stories of Yahweh Shai, and some people, even when Yahweh Shai was walking, they didn't believe, man, but that doesn't mean that it's not true. All right, these prophecies that have been prophesied by the elder apostles, by the elders of the camps, by the brothers that are coming up to be elders, by the brothers under the elders, and by younger brothers like myself, the stuff that we talk about, man, is stuff that we wholeheartedly believe in, So this damnation, this Salakia, this destruction that is coming, hey, man, this is all true, It's all being kicked out by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, by the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Everything is being pushed and move forward, man. You know? So it says that the earth is going to be burnt up. All right, the works that are in the earth are going to be burnt up. Verse 11, seeing that all these things shall be dissolved. All right, dissolved. What manner of persons ye ought to be in holy conversation and godliness. Let's look up that word dissolved. All right. Because dissolved is like to melt away, man. To lose any person, badges of feet or shoes, of a husband or wife joined together by the bond of matrimony, of a single man, whether you're already a wife, to lose one bounds, chains, laws. Let me see. Look up. With reference to a solid becoming or cause to become incorporated into a liquid so as to form, but it's talking about melting away, That's what dissolved means, You have certain things, certain metals that you put into the fire, or certain, like it says, liquids, they'll dissolve and they'll form into, solids form into liquids. You see? So that's the same thing that's going to happen, man. The earth and the heavens will melt with fervent heat. All right? Fervent. That means extremely hot, man. Boiling points of everything. It says, verse 12, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Lord. All right? That's what we're looking for. All right? We're looking for the day of the Lord. We're not wasting time, out here trying to, find some type of, remedy in, modern day Babylon. That's not what we're looking for, man. What we're looking for is that hasting. Hasting means to hurry up, man. We're hasting the day of the Lord, man. All right? But we're waiting for the fullness of the Gentiles, of their sins. We're waiting for the waking up of the elect, because that's always happened. Every time that we were into something bad, all right, we went into some troubles, we will start praying to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Same thing as now, man. You see people that are gonna, their life flashes before their eyes and they call themselves atheists. And when they have no way out, what do? They start praying, all right, to the omnipotent power, all right, which eventually everybody will come under that rule, But we're hasting the day of the Lord, man. We don't, like it says in Hebrews 13 and 14, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come, all right. It says, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved. You see, they're going to be melted, man. That's how hot it's going to be. The heavens, the sky, the air that you breathe in is going to be melted, man. That's some intense heat. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. You see? Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, and what is the promise? To Israel. Look for a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. All right? And that's the same thing that I mentioned in Hebrews 13 and 14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. All right? So there's been prophets that have been set up in every single kingdom that there's ever been on earth. All right? Every single kingdom, there was always a prophet, man. The Most High has always spoken through prophets from the beginning. You see? He's always been there for his people. So we ought to continue in godly conversation. Continue to prophesy. The brother Bataza had made a video about prophecy. Be a prophet, to prophesy. Which it said prophesy. What was that video called? No, push. All right, the name of the video was Push. All right, which means prophesy until Silo come, or until Silo's here. Prophesy until Silo's here, man. So we ought to continue in this ministry. You see, it's not about doing a little bit and then you stop and you're like, I'm good. So let me get Revelation 18. This is going to be verse 1. It says, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon is the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and cage of every unclean and hateful bird." All right, because this place is going to be desolate, you know? The unclean bird, hateful bird, the crow. All right, this is going to be a habitation of dragons, man. A habitation of like desert animals. You know, your Komodo dragon. You know, things of that nature. Because this place is going to be desolate. All right, there's not going to be lush green like you see nowadays here in America. All right, it says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." All right, because they drunk, not because they're drinking. All right, so it's not really applied to nowadays, you know, even though it is a habitation of devils, talking about the Edomites, you know. But it says, "And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." All right, through the abundance of her delicacies, man. The land, all right, the things that they produce, you know, it's rich in land, man. You see, it says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues." You see, so that World War III, when World War III happens, man, this place is all going to go down, you know, and it's taking place right now. I mean, there's things that still have to come to pass, you know, the RFID chip being made mandatory, you know, martial law being implemented. All right. What's another one? The persecution of the saints, of the Israelites, the coming together of the nations, all right, to hate the great whore. All these things are slowly raveling, all right. It's one of those puzzles, you know, it's like one of those puzzles that you're putting together, and at first it may not seem like it's anything, all right, but once you're done and you turn it around, you know, the whole picture is full and it comes out of nowhere, man. You know, you're looking at it like, man, what the hell is that? You know, like those artists that paint upside down, you know, and they start out with the cheeks, and then they move on to the neck, and then go back up to the hair, move back down to finish the cheek, go to the eye, and then to the other eye. All right. And then they move to the what they call the Adam's apple. All right. And finally, they start doing the shades, all right, or they're doing the shade as they're going. You're looking at it upside down like, man, what the hell is that? All right. And then you turn it around, and sometimes you still can't really see what it is. And then they turn off the light, and it turns out to be a negative picture, all right? And when you put it in, when you turn it off in the light, all right, and you put a different light on, like a black light, all right, it comes out perfectly clear, and it's some type of, you know, masterpiece, man. And that's how the Most High is working right now. He's working a work, all right, in your time. He's working a work in your time, all right, that even if men tell you, which is happening right now, all right, and that's another prophecy, you know, I work a work in your time that even if men tell you, you will not believe, all right? And those men have been telling you, man, you know, since the 70s, they've been telling you, all right? It says, Salakia. It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double." All right? So it's going to be overflowing, man. You know? So that judgment is coming. It ain't no joke. You see? It ain't no joke, man. So now, let me go to Isaiah. Let me get this one. 47, you know, and I'm gonna start off at verse 6, you know, because this was all because of our fault, man. It says, "I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them unto thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient has thou verily heavily laid the yoke." All right, and who are the ancient? The Israelites, man. You know, it didn't matter if they were young, newborn. All right, it didn't matter if they were still in the womb. It did not matter, man. You know, you've been slaughtering our people for decades and decades, man. You know, centuries. Since the 1500s. All right. It says, and thou said, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, and dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else is beside me. And that's the type of pride you see Donald Trump having, the Americans having. No, we keep the peace. We do what we do to keep the peace. We're the ones, all right? We're the chosen ones. We're the ones that are doing the things that are right. And that's how they see these things, man. You know? And Donald Trump is over there like, man, you ain't gonna do shit. All right? You may try, but we're so advanced and we're so, you know, powerful that you ain't gonna do shit. And if you do, you're not even gonna scratch us. You know? That's how that dude portrays himself, man. And that's why these other nations are becoming to hate us. You know? It says, neither did I remember the latter end of it. Why? Because in Luke 16, it talks about Lazarus and the rich man, you know, and that rich man saying, you know, let me go back into the world, all right, and you know, let me be reborn, you know, or let me be you know, rise out of the grave, you know, to go talk to my people that know that I'm dead, man. You know, let me go talk to them, let them know, like, hey, man, we gotta get, you know, we gotta get right. All right. The Most High told him, you know, not even if your people rise out of the grave and tell them, they're not going to listen. All right. It says they have the prophets. You know, they have the prophets. They're out there speaking for me. They're not going to listen to them. How the hell are they going to listen to you? You know. It says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else is beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come upon thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and the widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. You see? So you're going to be desolate, man. I'm talking about America, you know? It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else is beside me. And now these nations are starting to see who you are, man. You know, these nations are rising up against you, knowing that you are that wicked person. All right, that all these nations are abhorring, hating. All right, they hate the whore. You know, so that's you know, I'm gonna stop it right there. You know, that'll be part 2, and then I'll come up with part 3 later, Lord willing. You know, but with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth to rule well. All right, and Esau Edom, he's going to be hiding in his bunkers. All right, you're going to have the elite hiding in their bunkers and going underground and, you know, trying to do everything they can to prevent a World War III, not knowing that the Most High is working a work, all right, to start World War III, man. Just like with Samson, you know. Samson went after that Philistine woman, and his parents were like, yo, we're being oppressed by the Philistines, and you're going to go and get a Philistine woman? That's going to piss them off. You know? That's not going to look good on us. You know, but then you had a passage that said not knowing, all right, his parents not knowing that the Most High sought an occasion of the Philistines. That's why he put that inside of Samson's heart. All right, that's why Samson went after that Philistine woman, so that he had an occasion against the Philistines, man. And what happened after that? He whooped their ass, all right, with the jawbone of an ass, you know. But it was all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Everything was ordained through him, all right. Seemingly it was Samson and you know the Philistines, and you know one thing escalated to another, not knowing that the Most High's work is so precious, all right, and so beautiful that we can't really see when it's being done. You know, sometimes you can realize it as it's happening, you know, but sometimes at the end of it, all right, at the end of it, you look back and you're like, that was a masterpiece. you know. But that was it on that. Shalom.